Okay, we live. You got me, Poe, and you got AJ Pax here. We got some things to talk about today. Um, let me open the YouTube. Let me make sure the YouTube is going live.
Yeah, it's live. That's good.
All right, we good.
It's good.
Yeah. So yeah, we got a couple of topics. We're trying to keep from being repetitive because I got a couple of other things that I'm throwing a docket. You know, at some point. All right.
Yo, Paul, what's that on the side of your lip there, man?
You say what time is it?
No, what's that on the side of your lip there, man?
Oh, thanks. I'm eating
What, what was that? Porridge?
coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
That's part of your
Yeah, there you go.
yeah. Actually, broccoli slaw. That was probably a string of broccoli. Yeah. Let me let them know in the X Twitter. What's going Elon Musk asked did we wanted to go back to Twitter. Yeah, because we used to that name. We ain't used to no X.
Elon Musk is asking that now?
He asked it last week. He
That's
said, do
interesting
you think
because that's interesting. But here's the thing, man. For him to go and change everything to X, and now, like, how many years has it been? It's only been 2 years, I think.
Yeah. And everybody's
But,
still calling it Twitter.
well, yeah, I call it Twitter too because it's because it. You see, the thing is, when you say you tweet somebody, that sound you know exactly what that means. You can't just X somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
that
X it didn't make like whoever he sat down with, they weren't thinking about how the things roll off your tongue. We'll say, right? They didn't think
yeah.
any of that, man. So I don't know
Nope.
if the reason he did it, if it was some kind of strategy, maybe they're counting people, they're trying to write something off the books or something. I don't know. But it was strange when he went to X.
Yeah, it is.
Like Twitter was a major the brand itself, Twitter. I thought it was still heavy, man. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was
Worth
dying
changing.
at that point.
Me
Yeah.
neither. Me neither.
Anyway,
He
Elon Musk
just
is a
seemed like
fool. Elon Musk is a fool, anyways, man. If anything, he's one of the biggest scammers I've seen in recent time. If you think about it, when Trump ran, he financed Trump's entire election, and therefore Trump
yeah,
wins it. And you know what Trump gave them in return, and people don't talk enough about it? That thing about Doge, man. Doge is so
yeah.
illegal what they did. Like usually
You
when
know
you
what
do,
he
if you're
did,
gonna,
right? He
he
went in
stole all the
all the
data,
yeah, and
stole all the
because he
SIM
had a
data,
lot
man.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of stuff that made him he would have went bankrupt. So he was able to go in there and change
Yeah.
everything up. Yo, that's
I
crazy.
heard about that, but going back to the SIN database, they took all that data. They're gonna feed it into an AI model and
Yeah,
make use of it. So like, but what he did was highly illegal because think about this too. Doge was technically doing an audit of the government. And when you do audits, you have big accounting firms like KPMG, Deloitte and Touche, and etc. All these different. They have a system they follow when they do when you do an audit or something, and there's reports. Elon Musk and his teams weren't doing they were just reporting it on Twitter. They're making, oh, we found this,
yeah,
like
yeah,
it was like high school shit, man. I've never seen. I
yeah.
can't believe they got away with that.
He hired some 18 and 20-year-olds. That's not old enough to be handling people
He
identities and
he
stuff.
well, he hired hackers. It's a bunch of hackers that have no.
Yeah,
He didn't even hire a professional person that works in auditing or accounting. Nothing, man. It was they stole data, man. It was a big thing. And today, when you talk about Doge, you don't hear them doing anything anymore. It's done. It was a big. It
yeah,
was a big scandal, man. Big scandal.
yeah. Let's not get too political. Now everybody gonna bring up a billion things.
Yeah, yeah. But Paul, how you like my new background there? If you notice on
Yeah.
the top right hand, I got what's his name? I got Ash. He's the Grinch that is stole from everybody, putting update lumps and DLC lumps in your stockings for Christmas. 2 years in a row now, he's been putting lumps of coal. And then
Yeah.
and then on the left hand side, you got the garbage man, Will Kinsler, coming straight out of his garbage can with his arcade gameplay and his DLC gifts to everybody.
I forgot all about that because I was gonna make the Grinch with Ash. you remember? I was up all night too, trying to because I be trying to support one of my friend's shows. He get on late because he live in the middle of United States, so he do
What show's
everything
that?
late. Yeah, his name
What show's
Don
that?
D. His name Don D. He does a Twitter.
Okay.
I mean, not Twitter. He does Twix. I think about trying to get.
Twix.
I was.
Oh, Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch. I don't know why I said Twitch. I'm trying to get on that too.
Yeah, but for Twitch, you got it. Twitch is really, it's really pushed towards like people are playing games live all the time. That's their audience really.
So the
Wait, no, sorry.
Talk.
Wait. Which is the one from China that everybody's on it and they got money? Which one is that one? I forgot.
I think that's something new. That's
The one that Trump wants to ban.
Oh, you talking about
It's from China.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. Okay, TikTok. You should look into that.
I did.
But
it's weird to me.
well, the big thing with TikTok is before you start getting paid off TikTok, you have to generate an audience. I forgot what the magic number is.
Yeah.
Once you get it, then you start. Well, it's kind of similar to YouTube to a certain extent. But the whole idea with them is everything's upright. It's all 9 by 16, we'll say, or 9 or 10 by 16 kind of thing. That's the whole format for it, right? But Twitch is really for it's gamers playing. It was always geared towards playing live games.
Yeah. I started seeing people like they actually have podcasts on. I said, let me try. I'm gonna try that, but I don't know how they got the setup.
So with Twitch, you gotta get you. Well, with Twitch, if you want to go multicast, like say you want to go Twitch, YouTube, and I don't know Facebook all at the same time, you're gonna have to invest in a virtual studio, like Restream or what's the other one? I forgot the other one called. There's two popular ones. Those will give you the ability if you want to simulcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
With regular YouTube, you could simulcast. Well, obviously you're going to be broadcasting to YouTube, but you could also simulcast to Facebook technically at the same time.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, let me see. We got anybody in here yet?
We got 5.
Oh yeah. We got the regular people. Y'all been in here every day. What's up, Lamont Davis? What's up, Boston Lounge? We got some things to talk about. What y'all think about the update to the update?
And the history, I don't know if I'm being facetious, but in the history of gaming, I can't remember the last time a company dropped a hot fix and it breaks the game right off the bat, and now they have to issue a fix, the hot fix. Is that unprecedented? I've never seen that before. And at the same,
what is the conversation in the Discord about this?
Oh Lord, man! I not the Discord. I'm. If you go on Reddit, the community is this. There's like everything is about this loading screen error shit right now because of the hotfix. I remember too. The hotfix was to address issues with robes, minuscule kind of things, nothing to do with the gameplay itself, really. It was just small little items. Like I'm gonna call it low priority stuff. That hot fix was come out. And here's the thing too. That hot fix had nothing to. Let's just say, okay, there was an issue with the loading screen. It never had anything to do with the loading screen, but it caused it. But one thing it does tell me is that I did see a snapshot of what's that person's name? The person who makes the announcement on the Undisputed Discord, and they said they're aware of it, and they're I think they said they're currently testing a fix to fix it. So, but when I heard them say the word testing, I said, wait a minute, you guys are testing that, so that tells me you guys never tested the fix. You never tested the patch you guys came out. That what do you call it? Version 2.03. They never tested it.
Nope.
That's fact. They never tested it because I can't see how you could release that and you did and whatever testing they were doing, it never showed that bug. It never broke the game on their side. How is that possible?
Yeah, they got to start firing people. They got to start firing and rehiring.
But is that possible? That could happen. Like based on your gaming experience, industry experience in the gaming world, right? Like, don't they like how do these people test these things before it comes out? There has to be some kind of test, or do they just drop it just like that? They have to have some kind of unless what is it that they don't have the tools to test their own fixes before it's released? I don't get it. I don't understand this.
I think they have a nice amount of testers, and I think like Jay said he was a tester, but I don't know to what extent. They probably let them play the game a little bit, but they actually have testers that's they hired. So my thing is, I think they don't want the game to be fixed because they're scared they're going to lose a job, which is stupid to me. Like, what are you doing? What are you testing? What they call them? Not game testers. They have a Q&A testers.
Q&A. Fuck. Like I just kind of I want to know, like, when before you drop any kind of update to a game, how do they do the test? Are they on one office tower, or they're doing distributed testing? Do they have somebody? Okay, I want you to be in this region here. Go ahead and play the beta version that we're testing in the background in the meantime and see if there's any bug. Are they doing any of that? Like, I don't understand how these guys. I've never, and the reason why I don't understand, I can't understand how come it keeps on happening.
Yeah.
Hey, if I go back to when version 1.0 came out, I think it was by November-ish, we started realizing that the scorecards weren't working anymore. You play a game, it would never count the last round of the fight. So the games were all messed up because of that. That went on. When the community complained about it, and they said they're aware of it, they're going to come out to fix. They waited 2 whole months and more. They left the game in that state where it couldn't tally the scorecard for 2 whole months and more. I can't understand that.
Me neither. It really makes no sense. And then when you call them out on it, you not being patient, or you're a troublemaker.
2 whole months, man.
They're like they gave the game to us. Like they literally they gave it to me, but
they're acting like they're acting it was like a free download.
Yeah.
This ain't Win the Meat. This ain't what's the name of that game that came out today? The Wins Meat. This is not a free game. This is not Fortnite.
Yeah.
To say, okay, we paid money. We're paying money for this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this hot fix, they're gonna come out a hot fix to fix the hot fix. Yeah. Unprecedented, I would say. I haven't seen that in any game I've ever played. This shit happened.
Yo, that's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
But Paul. So okay, and here's another thing too. You mentioned, okay, they had some of the social media, some of the content creators, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have this thing called the Crown League, and they have 10 of the top content creators, will say, in that league, why aren't they making use of that league to test their own fucking games? Why aren't they paying those guys? Why don't they give them an hourly rate and let them test the damn game for them if they're so important to to this game? Pay the frigging Crown League guys. Give them an hourly rate.
Exactly.
So,
But they're not.
Not even that. Give them an hourly rate. Let them test and give them a fucking Give them a fucking template that they can write their notes. Somebody a template that's like we're bug testing. You know what I mean? Let them fill it out. Let them learn how to do it. I don't think they're doing that shit, man.
They're not. And that was something that came up. I don't know if Jay said it, but somebody told me that's actually a content creator that's testing the game. They were saying a lot of things they be telling them, but they don't really fix them. They just say, all right, they not like do little tune-ups, but they don't really fix it. And their thing is like, why are you asking us to, game test? But that's to them, that's their reward, that's their pay. Letting you test the game along with the the Q&A guys. I guess because with the content creators, they get paid for getting content early, knowing certain things. That's their payment. That's what they get.
So it's more like news reporting then.
Yeah.
They're like a beat reporter, and they're getting the latest tips and stuff, so then they can create content off it.
Yeah. Because when I was there for that little bit of time, that's exactly what it was.
Well, you got 10 people in that league. They all know how to play the game. People watch them. Obviously, they're playing the game. They know the different loopholes in the game, and such as pay those guys to test your game, man. Make use of them, man. Give them hourly rate. Fuck. Because I'll say one thing: if those guys were testing the game, being paid to test the game and all that shit, we wouldn't have had a hot fix version of 2.03 break the freaking game, and everybody's now waiting. Like if you go on Reddit, the amount of shit I'm seeing about, and people are deleting the game now because of this. That's breaking people's back right now. People are deleting it. They've had enough. It's one thing that you're buying this game to play online, and you have this quick glitch. You have quick glitch. You have desync where the punches are not landing, so they have no real impact. You have to play all through all of that, and now you have a hot fix that breaks the loading screen of the game. It's pathetic.
It is. It really is.
And here's the thing too. Now this is no longer October 2024. We're since they went into full production on this game. Let me see, October, November, December. We're 14 months into this game now.
Yeah.
And then prior to that,
14 months after so-called development.
Well, 14 months in the full release.
So-called full release.
So okay. And then they had also 12 months before, based on the beta and the previous version. So like this ain't making sense. What's going on?
No. Really not.
Yeah, so they never test that. They did not test the hotfix. That's correct. It's obvious, man.
And I'm like, they're really making it bad on themselves, especially with the Reddit. Reddit has a lot of eyes on it. Twitter has a lot of eyes on it. So everybody's going to start, getting on them about this.
And Reddit has 22,000 members in that forum.
See,
22,000 people are there, man. And the thing is, and here's the thing, they can't massage. I'm hoping they can't massage Reddit. Definitely, I don't think they control the Reddit forum.
Is that Reddit forum theirs, or is that a fan made? I'm
hoping it's a fan made. I think it is a fan made because I see more freedom and fairness in that in the Reddit. Like I really feel like a lot of people, man, you should just leave the Discord, man. I would love to see this. Let the Discord die.
Yeah.
because the reality is you guys are in the Discord. You guys, none of your feedback matters. All they're doing to you in that Discord is telling you, they're basically conditioning you to accept anything they give to you and make it seem like, oh well, you're not being grateful.
Yeah, what they should do, this what I'm saying. I don't care, get at me. Everybody who listening to this, y'all should what would we say? Boycott the Discord at least for a week or a month. See what happens. Just don't go in there for a whole week or a whole month. The game gonna still do what it's doing, but y'all not being there shows that y'all being serious. I've been telling the people in the Discord, SCI don't care. They don't. They really don't. They feel like they're the only game and people gonna still support it.
If they cared, they would have never dropped an untested hotfix. Hell no, they would have did that.
Facts. What's up, Mike Adams? Yeah, Lamont Davis. That's what people need to do about the Discord. Then you have them people that's so pro undisputed that it's a shame, because it's like, no, we can't do this. They're gonna lose the company. They're gonna go bankrupt. No, they're not. Because them investors are not going. They know this is a good idea, but when we saw, because I got experience with this, because people keep saying, "Po, you ain't had nothing to do with Fight Night Champion not selling well." Yeah, well, yes, I did, because I wasn't only on the EA forums. I was on every forum on the internet. I was telling them, I said, tell your friends, tell your family, tell whoever, do not buy Fight Night Champion, because it's garbage. I mean, I say it's not what we wanted it to be. So if we do that with the Undisputed Discord, they know that we serious. Everybody's scared of the Discord. Mike Adams just caught on to what we were saying earlier. He repeated exactly what you said.
Mike, it's unprecedented. I have never seen a hot fix for a hot fix. And it only further confirms that hot fix, that version 2.03 was never vetted. It never vetted it. Nobody vetted that shit, man. Nobody reviewed nothing. It's impossible for them to release something that would break the game on that level without because if they were testing, they would have picked up on it. I think it's virtually impossible.
He said it works for him. He said we need a hot fix for the hot fix. My game works on PS5, but I'm hearing it only works because my game does not contain a created character. Mind blowing. Hold up, JPax, you don't got no created characters either, right?
I have created characters.
Oh,
so I'm one of the lucky. I have a standard PS5. I have created characters. I have 2 created characters I use. I have a heavyweight and a middleweight. It didn't affect me. But there's other people who have PS5s that it did affect. There's people who have Xboxes, PC people. Right now, it's so sad. The PC people, if you look on Reddit, you'll see there's a fix right now for PC. Somebody figured out the fix where you have to go into your file directory and delete certain files. Turn off the Steam Cloud option, and then the game will I guess properly update. But you know what? This whole thing with the create. Now that you mentioned the creative character, this is the main root cause of the problem. If you notice, I think broken game or this really bad developers, man, or people who oversee the game, because if you know if you notice if you look at the WWE games, the 2K the 2K games, anytime they do an update, sometimes while you're updating, there'll be a question telling you that they'll say that, okay, you have to update your save file in order to go to this. If not, then it won't let you update. You know, I don't know if anyone's ever seen that dialogue before, but other games, when you update it, if it has anything to do with your save files, there's a condition that they have that if you accept the update, you have to update it from this point, and you'll never be able to go back to the other save file. So it kind of makes me think that Undisputed, they don't have the expertise at all, like really bad, to prevent it from happening.
G Sosa said Fight Night Champion is way better than Undisputed. Don't say way better. It's not way better. It's better than Undisputed, but not way better than Undisputed. Not at all. For one, it's a finished game. Undisputed is not finished. I don't know why people keep saying that. It kind of puzzles me.
Yo, Mike, how did Crooks come to that conclusion that somebody said it has to do with the console data containing a created fighter? Is it because we're on multiple platforms that this happened?
But Crooks, I heard he didn't like the created characters being in online anyway, so he's going.
A lot of people don't want the created characters and rank. Me personally, I'm fine with it. I don't have an issue just because it's capped at 85.
Yeah.
Even individual attributes is up there capped. So, but here's the thing now. The community is crying. They don't want creative characters in rank. Okay, fine. But you know what's going to happen? I have a really strong feeling that if they remove it from rank, they don't have the capability of keeping it alive in unrank.
Yeah.
So something tells me because the reality is this: when they first introduced the creative fighter online, it says specifically in the patch notes that this being able to use it would only be in quick fights on rank. They have never addressed to this day how come it was on both modes then. It's almost, and now they're pretending, now they're acting as if they're like it was supposed to be there, like that, to show you how these guys, they can't keep a straight face.
Yeah.
But hey, if they get rid of it and it comes out and they get rid of it for both modes, the game's gonna be so freaking depleted at that point, man. At least having creative fighters, it breathes some life. Because think about this, man, when you're playing online all the time and everybody's using the same freaking meta fighters, or you have people online that want to use the same character as you for some reason, at least now with all these meta fighters, you have a chance now that you can build your own fighter and try to take it on. It makes the game less stale.
Yeah, I'm trying to get at G Soul, so I'm trying to see what he, the sense he making. Oh yeah, didn't Fight Night Champion have that you could use created characters online?
Yup. Well, Fight Night Champion, they made, okay, Fight Night Champion had an online career mode, essentially. So you had online career mode where you could, which is basically OWC, take the guy and fight online. That was the whole thing. Yeah. Then you had quick fights, which was its own leaderboard system, but you could only fight with the stock characters.
Yeah.
But Undisputed is so foolish. They for some reason, okay, they're gonna have it in both. All they have to do is just have it in one mode. But I guarantee you, man, when they take it out of thing, you're not gonna see it, man. They're gonna pretend they're gonna blame the Discord. They're gonna blame you guys.
Yeah, Fight Night did a lot of things good, but they did more things bad than good to me. Because people acting like Fight Night Champion sold a billion copies.
So 1.9? I think 1.7 or 1.9.
In 12 years. It took them 12 years to get there. Okay. That's what I'm trying to tell people. And please don't use that MMA excuse. I got the data on that. The MMA game came out 2 years later, 2 to 3 years later. So how could UFC and MMA affect Fight Night numbers? It didn't. It's the game that they put out. I know that for a fact because I'm right in the middle of it all. It was an OWC mode online for yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Fight night
which I
career
call
mode.
which I call online career mode. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah, Fight night career mode was great in my opinion. Love the mini games too. I miss it. Undisputed is terrible. I'm not disagreeing with you know how you feel about it because I see Don D 205 he plays the game and I was like yeah I said the way you're playing it looks good but I'm talking about out the box like if I'm fighting a boxer that's supposed to be like if I'm fighting Roy Jones or I'm fighting Bernard Hopkins they should be fighting like Bernard Hopkins. I should be able to Fight Night Champion could have had way more than what it put in there. And like I keep telling this story, the story mode took all their resources. And the first thing a lot of people say, but it's $1 billion company. $1 billion company with I think 50 titles that they gotta have budgets on. I
Yeah, but
can't
Paul, when you say when you say the fighters like you want the fighters to fight like fighter, are you talking about against the CPU or are you talking about against other human fighters?
no CPU, but it's still gotta have little what would I say? Little things that you do that even if you're using that character, he's gonna throw the hook the way that boxer throws it. He's gonna throw a
Okay.
jab the way that boxer is like Muhammad Ali. His jab should look like Muhammad Ali jab, no matter who's using it. Because Muhammad Ali got that like a flicker jab. Sometimes he don't even close his hand all the way. Exactly. Fight Night Champion has a better server. Straight up. Fight Night Champion was a finished game. But technically it wasn't a finished game. If you asking me, and from me having conversation with the developers, this is why I can't get a this is why I can't get an interview with an EA developer. Because I know too much. And then I'm gonna bring it up. And they're gonna be like, Poe, I can't answer that.
So Fight Night Champion had a server, but here's the thing now. Do you realize that from beta all the way into this whole lifespan of this undisputed game, since the beta, you just like how they released this hot fix that broke the game, they had to friggin' know that the peer-to-peer protocol they're using is garbage. They had to know that before they released the game, and they didn't care. They still dropped it, and they didn't even sell the game at a discount. They sold it at a AAA price.
Yeah.
Like this is all nasty. This is how nasty Steel City Interactive is, man. They had to know that. Like, how the fuck can you guys come out and say, okay, well, it's good enough? That's what that conversation sound like. Oh, it's good enough. No one's gonna care that the punches don't connect. Oh man,
that was day one. Day one, they people was talking about the servers. They said it's not gonna really work. We play on games.
But I played beta.
What's called at one point EA was using peer-to-peer, but you know there's like we can't be that cheap. We gotta upgrade some, but they was using peer-to-peer, which was crazy.
I was a fool. I played beta and I liked the beta, and I knew the beta had punch sync issues at that time, right? But I was under impression that because it's a beta, that's what it's expected. But when they come out, I couldn't believe that they released this thing like that. Still, so that they don't care. They don't care about the quality of the gameplay. They don't give a fuck, man.
This is what I say. You got to blame the fans and you blame them. Because the fans kept saying, no, bring it out, bring it out. And at first they kept saying, we don't want to bring it out yet. And fans kept saying, no, bring it out, bring it out. That's why I say, if I'm blessed with any type of money, I'm making a boxing video game. But you will not know I'm releasing the game until like 2 weeks before I'm going to release it. You'll never know. I could be working on the game right now. No, I'm just playing.
Yo, talking about, I think Mike mentioned about the footwork's terrible in Fight Night. One thing a lot of people are not really talking about, if we go back to Truthbound, I went back, like, what do you make of the footwork so far we're seeing?
that you I was trying to avoid certain things. My
You're
thing
going in that
was
one, okay? It
my
took, hey, but
thing,
here's the thing. It took me a good couple of days to really process that, eh? It
yeah.
didn't come. It's something in my head. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I was looking at things, but I just like that. I don't want to do it to him because he's like helping us. Because to me, any game that challenges um this game, undisputed, is a good thing because all it do is like kind of scare them. It scares them and it scares the shareholders and the publishers. They're gonna say, hold up, that's gonna mess up our money. That's how EA program people, which is the stupidest thing in the world because when you have competition, it makes more money for both of y'all. They don't know that because they're so fixed on we don't need no competition because we're gonna have to spend more money to make it better. Pound for Pound said, I remember talking with Beast and he said he's trying to make his own boxing game. Super hyped to see that. He explained it to
Actually,
me.
yo,
He
I,
explained it
I'm
to me.
ex- I'm excited. Bisa shared to me a couple of the concepts he's working on. What I
Yeah, yeah,
saw was what I saw. I'm not going to talk. I'll let him talk about it on
yeah.
his show and stuff. But because it's still under wraps kind of thing. But what I saw was it was innovative and it's something different that we've never seen before. And if I hope he gets to release some kind of prototype, or he partners with somebody to get those boxing ideas into the game, man. Because I
Yeah,
saw something he had there, really good, man.
yeah,
It came from the strategy. It's strategy.
yeah. And I see from Mike, I'm starting to build connections in LinkedIn, like high powered like developers and stuff. They're liking my stuff. So if I was to make something, I think them connections will, be fruitful. There's like, how do you expect this to be implemented into a game correctly? I say I already got the data. I got everything that you want and need for to be in the game. And I say technically right now, if I wanted to, they got AI that you could like build your own game. You got all the coding. You just got to get the animators. You got to get the motion caption and stuff like that. But the actual coding and stuff, they got this program. I forgot exactly what it was because I said, man, I ain't even worrying. I ain't even
It's
thinking about
it,
that right now. But
it's the program where it could analyze a video clip and then put the markers on the frame or create the framework.
oh yeah, but I'm talking about they actually got like code. It could code the whole game for you. Because
Oh, okay.
I remember 2 years ago when the AI first came out, I jumped on it. I was trying to code a game. They said no, we're not there yet. Then last time I looked, they said we there. That we could code the whole game, but you're still gonna need human interaction. Let me see what Bowson Line
Yo,
said. If Cyberpunk got pulled at one point for being too unstable, why wasn't
yep.
because you gotta look. They took the decision to do that. Undisputed, they took the decision not to.
They're satisfied with ripping off they're satisfied with ripping off
Yeah,
the customers. That's the there's no polite way to say it. That's what they're doing. Like Cyberpunk, they heard it had really bad feedback when it first came. I think on a 5 scale, I think when Cyberpunk first came, it might have been a 2 out of 5. And in less than a year, they fixed the game. It took them a while, but they fixed it, and
yeah,
now and not just respectable. It's a good game now, man.
yeah.
They listened to the community and they fixed. They didn't do what Steel City Interactive's doing, telling
Exactly.
them, "Yo, we gotta build a new game on a new gaming engine because we don't want to spend money on this. We want you guys to buy a new game and rebuy all the character licenses and spend that money again." That's their fucking game plan.
Yup, yup.
Nasty.
It is. But fans are not. The thing is, no disrespect to crooks, the what's called, but disrespect to them. Stop asking for content. I mean characters. People keep asking for boxers. what you at? It's worse than with EA. I was helping EA and I was still saying the same thing I'm saying now. Stop asking for boxes. All they are is skins. Skins on other models. It's the same model with a different skin. There's no uniqueness to it. Fans gotta stand up.
Sorry, man. No, go.
Yeah, my thing is people, they keep asking for stuff. They're not holding Steel City accountable. You gotta hold them accountable. Yeah, Crooks be getting me mad, you really do. Well, they got rude awakening then. We gotta make them have a rude awakening. We gotta make the movement.
But you know why this is happening? Right now, I kind of sense that one of the strongest voices right now in that community are the same people who are asking to remove one punch KOs and stuff now. You have this, they're overrunning the community right now. They don't want they don't want flash KOs, nothing. They want the game to play like a Tekken or Street Fighter game when you you're knocked out when your meters depleted completely. It's empty. That's how they want to play the game. Yeah. That's the mindset. That's the same mindset of the people who just asking. They're not asking for gameplay changes. They're asking for fucking commodities. Can we call those like digital commodities? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's a commodity, digital commodities, man. That's all they're caring about. Because it's like they're collecting digital items. It's kids.
Yeah. See, it's one thing when everything is fixed and then they give you boxers that like really respect the boxer. People be glad to. You will actually get boxing fans. I'm actively talking to people like I never knew that there was like boxers in the LinkedIn. Boxers and coaches, like major boxers and coaches. But they're there. And they're talking. And my thing is, we gotta be outspoken. People are scared to use their voice. If you don't want to use your voice, just don't go to the Discord. Just don't go to the Discord.
Come on the podcast. Come on the podcast, man.
Yeah,
that's the best way to get it out there.
Yeah, come on.
You come on the podcast. You talk here. That's what they don't want. That's what Steel City Interactive. That scares the shit out of them, man.
Yep. That's why jokers be shadow watching. We had yesterday. I think we got like 200 people that's watched the show yesterday. So that's great to me. So that show, our numbers keep jumping up. Some people they're watching it after the show done. But it's a lot of people shadow watching. So out of them people shadow watching, you got developers and you probably got content creators watching. Yesterday we had like 4 content creators in here.
Yo, G Sosa, you mentioned that UFC Undisputed 3 is still the best sports combat game ever. So I can't. That's a game I still have. I have UFC Undisputed 3, and I always said that was the greatest MMA game ever made. Because when I played when UFC jumped over to EA, I played UFC 1. It sucked. I played UFC 2. It sucked. Yeah. UFC 3 was the last UFC I played because it was so bad. I didn't play 4, but I played UFC 5. I started playing a month ago, and I could tell you one thing. Give UFC 5 a try because to me, that is on par with THQ Undisputed 3. Or even better now, man. It gets really good, man. Really good. And here's the thing, and as I said, THQ Undisputed 3, that is the that's the platinum benchmark for a MMA game. To look up to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because my thing is that I was like actively harassing them about making a boxing game because they was doing things so efficient. The THQ, I was like actively like every day almost every day. Yo, you should make a boxing game. It's
sad, man. It's sad because when you look up, so THQ was the publisher, but the developer was Ukes.
Oh yeah,
Ukes, man.
And
It's so
teamed
sad
up
that
with EA. They teamed up with EA, but they got mad at EA. See, that right there shows you right now how EA thinks and other companies thinks. They got mad at the way that EA was doing things. So they separated from EA. A lot of people
yeah, like
didn't know that.
Ukes when they made it was not just sim, but the presentation, everything, like they had it down. It's like when you played THQ Undisputed 3, it was like you're watching a UFC broadcast. It was that good. It was just on that level too. It was really good.
Leafy said that UFC 5 is a hybrid and it leans more to an arcade.
Yeah, I won't disagree.
Oh, okay.
But I'll tell you, but I won't disagree. It's not. But it's more. Hey, but it's in a more sim direction than Undisputed by Steel City.
Wow.
Like when you play UFC 5, man, and you throw punches, they're not throwing boxes, but they're throwing punches. The punches feel, not only do the punches connect because there's zero desync, but the punches feel impactful. And I don't know what it is that EA does with how they do it. I don't know if it's just the sound effects or the lighting effect, but something about when you hit it, it's like maybe I'm seeing resistance when I hit the object. There's some kind of resistance, man, when they throw the punch. Undisputed, man, boxing game, when you throw the punch, it doesn't even feel like a pillow. It feels like a feather. It's like a feather, man. Like it's something's missing, man.
And they didn't get that fixed since beginning because it was worse in the beginning. It was worse.
Like it doesn't. It feels like you're punching, but it's like there's nothing there. I don't know how to. Something is like it's something they're not doing, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a simple thing that okay, maybe the controller should vibrate. Maybe the timing of the lighting when the blunt effect, you know what I mean? Like when you get blunted, maybe that's something's not there, man. They don't know what they're doing.
Mike Adams said UFC 4 Stand and Bang is arguably better than boxing and Undisputed.
Like I'm telling you, man, the physics in that game, it's not boxing. It's not boxing, but the things you could cut off the ring, you could do way better stuff on that game. There's momentum with the punches. It takes in consideration the momentum. If a guy walks into your punch, he'll get knocked out. Like it takes in that. If he just walks into first, he'll get knocked.
We had that in the early builds. That if you walk into a punch, it'll daze you or stuff like that.
Yeah, like it'll take it. It's inertia. It calculates inertia.
Yeah. You hitting us with these big words, and I'm hearing you, but I don't think I've really heard that word.
No, it's a moment. It's physics. It's momentum.
Yeah.
It's like how much does the object weigh, and if it weighs a certain amount and it's traveling a certain kilometers per hour, that's all taken into effect. On the other side, if that guy catches you with a counter punch, and all that inertia is coming at you, it's gonna break the guy, man.
And these are conversations. I know that these are conversations they have at EA. They got people that's like have these conversations, even though they have like I keep telling everybody, EA is their brand is to make hybrid games. No matter how much people say they're realistic, EA never intends to make a realistic game. They never. I heard it from the horse's mouth. Whoever trying to disagree with me, but it's more realistic. It might have a more realistic feel, but their games are hybrids. That's why Mike Wang left. It wasn't because Mike Wang doesn't know how to make good basketball games. He left because EA they wanted a hybrid, and he said, "I'm not being a part of this." And then I know a lot of y'all gonna say, "Well, NBA 2K, it's not really realistic." It has more realism than most games that it supposed to portray. I say that. People going to disagree because they hate 2K. Let me see. UFC. Go ahead.
And you know what's the next thing with one thing I don't like about when I play UFC 5, like I hardly play since version 2.0 came out for Undisputed. I'm not there anymore. Like I'm not really playing it. But when I'm playing UFC 5 and I go back to play Undisputed, it just throws me off how bad like the punches don't connect. the punches have no feel. Like it really throws you off, man. Like how bad the gameplay is, especially online with Undisputed.
That's crazy because this my thing. Everybody always say online is the money maker. That's a lie. That's the biggest lie ever. And well, if it's their money maker, it's not doing well, and they're not pushing to really fix it. That's something they should have made sure was fixed. Because I remember, I think I heard Will say it or somebody said, yeah, online got to be our priority. Why? What's up, Lux?
Lux.
Somebody was looking for you yesterday. No, I'm messing with you. There's like no flow in Undisputed, man. Yeah, especially now. Especially now, only play the old NBA 2K games because VC. You think visual concept destroyed the game? I don't. I think I think visual concept made the whole game kind of better, but I think the whole money thing is what destroyed the game. When they start thinking about arcade things.
I understand.
What'd you say? Did you freeze up on me? Yep, you froze up. It feels like the boxes are holding in a blank when they move their head or punch. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot missing. That's why I say, why do people still say that the footwork is good and Undisputed? It's not. It's okay now. It's not the same footwork that we had early. Yeah. It's not the same footwork we had in the earlier builds. You know, I know. Dad, AJ, what happened, man? You freeze up. You need to go out and come back in because you're frozen on the screen. I don't know if you're having a whole conversation by yourself, but you're frozen. All right, there you go. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. But why do everybody always use the when they describing? I mean, describing 2K. They use the currency, the DLC, and all that money stuff. But I'm talking about the mechanics and the presentation and stuff. And their thing is, we don't care about the mechanics and the and the animations and stuff. We're talking about virtual currency. You got to give it props for what it does right.
Yo, my fucking webcam crashed like Undisputed. It crashed just like Undisputed, man. It must have been Steel City that developed that cam. Who knows?
I thought you got hold up, man. Why that Grace don't look like Ash? She look like you.
Who, me?
That Grace look like you.
No, that's Ash, man. That's Ash. That's Ash. That's fucking Ash, man.
You did
But
you did Will Cancer good.
Yeah, look at Will giving out Will giving out DLC trash, arcade gameplay, man. That's all he's serving. Fuck.
Hold on, let me see. See, ESBC, it's like Bigfoot. Did it really exist? I want ESBC release. We all got scammed. Exactly. And people act like it didn't exist. Will try to make it, he tried to make it seem like it was Bigfoot, like the Loch Ness Monster, like it never existed. And they can't go back. They can't go back and use that. What's up, precisely? They can go
Yo,
back because they keep saying that somebody said that they don't keep data from old games. That's an industry thing. They keep data from old games. I know that for a fact. I'm not guessing. A lot of people be guessing. When I be saying things, I'm not guessing. It might not be, some of the stuff might be off. Like when Jay came in yesterday and he said some things that I really would had to do some more research on. But a lot of times, 9 out of 10, I'm not wrong about a lot of things that I'm saying. PLO said I was skeptical since day one. I wasn't. My skepticism came when Will got there. And people, and it's crazy. They said, how you skeptical of Will when you helped put him there? No, because I was hoping that he didn't bring that EA mindset. I thought he was going to help Ash get his game started and then fall back. But Will start actively giving opinions and telling them everything. Because Ash was looking for somebody to help him get his game like really going. And like B said, Poe, you could have did it. But I didn't, at that time, I wasn't, confident on what I could provide. Even though when I was helping round for round, I basically was helping them with everything. Sponsors, boxers, all these things I was helping them with because I knew about it. Like when I was telling y'all yesterday, a sponsor can pay for all the boxers and pay for all the development. But Steel City and whoever, the shareholders, the publishers, the investors, they don't know this for some strange reason. That's the craziest thing in the world. All these rich people, they got backing them, but they don't know that companies can sponsor them and pay off everything. Ash wouldn't have had, it would have still been Ash's game. Now his game is split it up between all these different entities. I've seen too many broken promises in the game industry. Yep, me too. At least you ain't had to live through as much as I did.
Yo, I just thought about something. Going back to that hot fix. So we know they have 4 directors that are undisputed. One being Ash, the other is David Gartner, Frank Sagnier, and there was Olaf Ishwaler. How is it possible you have 4 directors
And that's slip
that oversee it and this and they have and they release a hot fix like this? That you know what I mean, that they can't, like, how is it possible you have 4 directors? How is that possible? Is anybody, like, do they even pay attention to the game? Or how is it possible that back in October, November, when the game couldn't calculate the final round and goes on for 2 months, you have 4 directors? How is that possible? But you know what? But go back to your saying. You got 4 directors, and 2 of them are freaking direct hires from the investors that are investing in the game.
Yeah.
Novatar and London, what's it called? London VP?
Yeah.
2 of the directors are from them. They're like plants.
But exactly. My thing is they know better. Because even Will should have had some type of say so in what was going on. But he's not saying nothing. So you got 5 people, 5 to 6 people actually, they supposed to have went over all the testing, go right behind them. But their thing is, we trust the testers. We don't need to go behind them. It's like everything in that studio is lazy. Everything is lazy. Everybody just collecting a check.
Does Will fall? Is he part of the chain of command in terms of when they release all these when they release these updates and they break and all that? Is he any involvement on that side?
What'd you say?
Is he involved? Like, is he overseeing anything to do with how they update the game and when they release stuff? All this kind of Will Kisner.
He's supposed to be. That's his
He's supposed to
job
be.
title. That's his job title for authenticity. So authenticity, you still got to see and make sure whatever you so-called putting in is merging together with the system. It is
Yeah, but
acting right.
okay.
Dad. So PLO, you around my age then. You close to my age. You said I've been gaming since the Atari days. Put it this way. I was around when Atari was made and ColecoVision.
Yeah, I played both of them.
Yeah, so you close around there. Let me see. Still City do not test their own patches. This is absolutely unreal. Yes, we had 2 months of the 8th round. Now, yeah, I heard they took 15 rounds out the game too. Because the game had 15 rounds in there. Did they?
I think it still has. I think you can still do 15.
So what's the 8-round thing? That's like a certain many rounds you play online?
8 rounds, the standard default for when you play online.
Oh, okay.
It's only 8 rounds.
But why
and a
don't
lot
they...
and a lot of people have been begging for 10-round fights, and they're not, and they kept that 8. I don't know.
But my thing was the way Ash was talking, he wanted everything to be. He even wanted the real the real time, because they got I think they slashed in a half. I think it's not even a half. They slashed a half of the half when it comes to like the real numbers of time that you're playing with the game. And he was like, it should be like real life. Like if you're going 3 rounds, it feel like 3 rounds. But reality got to kick in. Like, man, nobody ain't gonna sit there and do 3 rounds. It should be an option. If some people really want to go them full like real 3 rounds, you'll be there.
You know, the more and more I keep on hearing people saying that the game might be cooked because of that hotfix that broke it, man.
It been cooked.
Like I keep on hearing it, man.
Yeah, the game been cooked. It's just that people keep flipping that same burnt burger over again. Flip that burger over again. Flip it over again. Smash it a little bit over again. They just keep flipping that same raggedy burger over and over again. Leafy said, it might be cooked, Mike Adams.
That's what I was gonna say. The way everyone's saying the game's so cooked, I kind of and this time, okay, Undisputed made that announcement. Oh yeah, we're aware of it and we're testing whatever, right? Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys are just they will wait until the DLC scheduled date to release the fix.
They're going to delete.
I wouldn't be surprised because it's not, and I'm not surprised because now once they did it like 2-3 times already.
Yeah,
that's always they always do that. They release the fixes along the schedule with the DLC, man. And I'm the question is, there's rumors saying that they might release the DLC in December because it's Christmas season to get people to get people to buy it.
Yeah,
but are they going to release DLC? You think they're going to release? They're going to release it this December?
Yeah, because it makes business sense to drop something before Christmas or after Christmas. But no, it's going to make business sense. I think they're going to make the announcement like out loud about them transferring over. If not before Christmas, I think in January.
In January?
Yeah, they got to make that announcement because they got to find some way to try to cover their tracks. This game is done.
If they make that announcement in January, that means after they make that announcement, they won't have the balls to sell DLC to the community again.
Yeah, they do it. Yeah, they will.
No, they won't. They will not have the balls to fucking sell it. I'm telling you, if they make it on it, no way. No way.
They got a couple of content creators and people in the community that'll be constantly saying, we'll still buy the DLC. Forget what they're saying. I'll buy
the DLC. No way.
Leafy said the undisputed DLC December DLC is gonna be Santa Claus, Krampus, and the elves. You forgot the Grinch.
You know what? If hey, Steel City, if you guys are listening, if you guys are smart, you would drop a DLC with Will.
Yo,
Trust me.
but you know how much money they will make off of him being in the game?
Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't give it for free. Take a chance. Make it for 99 cents.
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect the Will, but make it 99 cents, encourage everyone to buy it, so then everyone can punch him up in the game. Trust me. It'll be a form of therapy for the community. That might get a lot of people off your back.
I might actually buy the game then. Buy a console version. I got the PC version. Let me see. Lamont said, yep. Let me see what Lamont. He said something earlier I was trying to read. He said, Will needs to go. He is a part of the problem. He really is. He's part of it. But it's also, since we start finding out different things, it's the other people. It's the investors. Them EA guys. They're part of the problems too, because for you to have experience, in what you do, you're not making the game better. They're not making the game better.
No, but okay, but here's the thing. We talk about the EA guys. The two of the directors are from EA.
Yeah.
One is, what's his name? David Gartner. Another one is Frank.
Yeah.
Those are the two guys for me. Both what's his name? David, he does what? He's a director producer. He also works at London Venture. I forgot what his specialty is, but the other guy, Frank, his specialty is marketing, European markets. These guys won't have. I don't think these guys have any say in like the gameplay.
So
they're more about the marketing or maybe how they or business development, business relationships and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But when we come down to the friggin' how this game, like the gameplay itself and the ideas, I really feel that that's all Ash
and Will.
I think a lot of it, well, Ash and Will. That's the tandem. And this is what they're giving us, right?
Dad PLO, yeah. Dad PLO, why you go there, man? We was talking about this, I think, 2 days straight. He said only Tyson and Mayweather can make this game stay afloat. I don't think so. I think it's going to be like a week or 2 weeks, and then everybody going to be mad. They're going to be mad all over again. I'm precisely saying it's sickening that people still ask for this. It does. It makes me kind of mad. I'd be like, Dad, I'm about to do a what they call it, a diss record. I said, I'm about to let them know why they call me Poe. It's crazy. The Grinch is another DLC pack separately that deals that DLC pack. Oh, you basically saying like it's a DLC to the DLC. He's saying like how they did the hot fix for the hot fix.
Yo, did anyone ever look into when they originally when they communicated what the roster would be? I gotta look at that, but I want to know if there were guys that we were supposed to get and they made us buy it after. Did you see it? Did you hear anything about that or see it?
No, they never tried to like I don't know if you're talking about what now, like, but I know in the early beginning.
No, like when they first before they sold the game, there was like announcement. Okay, these are all the guys. This is going to be the roster, or how many guys are going to be in the game, kind of shit, right?
They wasn't going to give. We got people that weren't supposed to be for free, that they actually paid and they getting royalties. Like Canelo, he wasn't supposed to be for free. I know that for a fact because we reached out to Canelo when I was helping round for round. And Canelo, he wanted upfront pay. And I said, we can't give it to you. We give you a higher percentage with the DLC. And he's like, he was okay. His managers and everything, they was okay with that. So we had Canelo at some point. But the thing is, a lot of boxers, they Steel City start paying them. And that's the thing. I think that's kind of what's holding got Steel City in handcuffs, because they're dependent on the investors to help them pay for these boxers. Even though they made a million, 100 million. They sold 1 million copies, so that's over 100 million, not 100 million over, because you got to put the DLC and everything with that. So they made over 100 million. I say 200 million or 300 million, because the DLC sells. What's gonna make billions every year off of DLC? 2K and EA. Let me see. They still had 30 plus fighters to be at. Nah, they got way more than 30 plus fighters. Way more. They might got 30 plus now. They probably, when you put the 30, that's why I'm like, it's way more than that. But a lot of boxers, since they were waiting so long, they starting to make Steel City renegotiate with them. Steel City had well over 200 boxers. And I could drop at least 50 of them names. 50 of them.
What's the reason?
Mildred Teller's supposed to have been on there. Who else? Yeah, there's so many. It's so many.
What's the reason they didn't do it as a season pass?
Every
game out there does season passes. How come they didn't do that with this game? Is it not possible?
They were saying because they were an indie company, they wasn't like the other companies. I say everybody keep holding them to the standards of a AAA company when they didn't have the funds at the time. But once they got them investors, they could have did that technically, to me. But I guess they feel like they still weren't stable enough to do that. Because once you start getting them investors and publishers, the games turn into a money machine.
So basically,
back in the days.
So it made business. It was business sense because they weren't sure they're going to sell 1 million. Then maybe the game was a bust from the beginning. Like this is okay. They sold 5,000 copies.
Yeah,
but then there's no season then.
They wasn't looking. You know who made them? Showed them that what they got is worth 1 million copies when they seen over 1 million views. And people keep saying, no, them 1 million views didn't mean it sure did mean a lot. For me, I know marketing. I got my experience in marketing. Those views on the YouTube, that meant a lot for the way the game sold. Now you got 1 million people going to tell their family members, oh, you got to watch this video. Oh, that game. Now they're telling everybody. You know how many people I told?
Based on playing this game for an entire year now and the beta as well, to me, this feels like a game that should have only sold 400,000 to 500,000 copies. Yep. Not 1.3 million.
Yep.
That's the quality of this game.
Yeah. And my thing is, what are they? Is it 1.3 million on the console, or are they together? Because if that's the case, you gotta say Fight Night Champion wasn't on PC. So that right there, like, kind of says a lot. Because I know on PC, if Fight Night Champion came out on PC, it would have sold a little better. I don't think that much better, but it would have sold a little better because people would have been happy that they got a boxing game on PC.
Fight Night Champion was not on the PC, but Fight Night Forever is gonna be on the PC, right? What I want to know is is the FBI gonna become looking for them?
That's
you think the FBI is gonna come look for them?
Not until it seems like they're making money off of it. Because their thing is, if they make a lot of money off of EA, gonna be like, hold up, we got to get that. Give us that.
Well, no, I'm surprised. I'm surprised EA hasn't said anything because the
No,
game is still active. They actively sell the game. It's not a game
yeah,
that's been that's defunct. You know what I mean?
yeah, but
It's an
EA,
active game.
they're not really concerned with Fight Night Champion because they use because I know when I was helping them, they shut stuff down like that because there was people actively trying to change certain
So
things.
okay, so if they're not concerned with it anymore, that means they accept it. They don't care. They don't care to sell any more licenses for it on Xbox. Then they got as much as they could, and they're like, okay, whatever now.
Only if this game, if that Fight Night Forever makes some noise and stuff like that, they're gonna say something. They're gonna say
Like
something.
look at it like this. Like if you see Nintendo now, if you think about it, Nintendo has been in the last let's say last 12 months, they've been shutting down all those sites that have all their legacy games out there, right? For free.
Yeah.
All the ROMs and stuff, all that shit's getting shut down, right?
Yeah.
Nintendo's acting because you know why? Nintendo needs to protect that. They have to protect their intellectual rights now, so they can resell it when the next console comes out, or have it in a marketplace so it can play on different things. So this is why I'm wondering that it's on one marketplace. Eventually, EA is going to look into it.
Yeah.
They have to protect. It's their intellectual property.
Yeah. What's said it only sold like that because of the drought. That ain't true. It's quite a couple. It's a couple of games that were in droughts and they still didn't sell well. I don't think that's the case because a lot of people like that.
What was the drought?
He talking
What
about
drought?
we didn't have a game for like what 10 years when they dropped it. That ain't what sold the game.
Yeah,
because
no, that's true. That's part of it.
But there were
Undisputed
other
when
games. You had Creed. You had all these other like games, so-called boxing games. They weren't doing well.
okay, wait, Creed was one. What was another boxing game that wasn't doing well?
It's a couple, and I hate
Okay,
that we forget.
fine. Let's say Creed. Creed ever advertised itself to be a sports sim?
That's the word, but it was a boxing game.
It's a boxing game, but
EA,
you see, you see, the thing is, the whole idea behind Undisputed was that it was supposed to be let's just say spiritual successor, the Fight Night Champion.
Yeah,
that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but people keep saying that, like what you just said, it's a sim. But Fight Night Champion was never a sim. That's why I keep telling people, and they argue with me. How you arguing with me or the developers? The developers said it wasn't a sim. Y'all might play it like a sim, but it wasn't sim. He said, I don't see how people don't see, like when you throw certain punches, they're exaggerated. They are exaggerated punches. The developer said that.
What EA should do with this Fight Night Forever? They should hire those guys. Yeah. Try to make some little small, bring them on as like a little small production team, and let them work on it, and let them work it, and have your marketing guys try to sell maybe some DLC or something.
Yeah, I think that's.
But the thing is, then the only issue is that thing is based on bootleg DLC.
Yeah.
So,
but you know
what are you gonna do?
Undisputed opened the door, even though EA is the masters of DLC. Because people keep saying 2K is the no, EA was doing that way. 2K wasn't doing that at one time.
Yeah, but 2K does it better. They do it better.
Yeah, EA was like the masters of it now. But if they like with boxers, if they want the boxers to be cheap, they're gonna probably say, "Hey, we gotta do deal." But they never say that. They don't explain it to them. I gotta go and explain it to people.
No, you're right. EA does. No, you're right. EA does the DLC better because what 2K does is they created basically their own marketplace then with that whole VC.
Yeah.
So remember I was saying guys are hooked on that game. You go and you play your online career mode and you're buying. People are more than happy to have 6 different builds in the online and that metaverse. But the thing is, you're paying for all your builds. Yeah. You're buying like how you remember when Fight Night Champion EA was selling the what do they call it, the XP?
Yeah.
They were selling so you can level up faster. That's what they're doing it. They're doing it there, but guys are paying what? Close to over 100, let's say 100, let's say at least 100 US per build. They're selling 6 times the games and more based on that VC, man, and people are addicted to it.
Yup, and that's crazy when they say they don't even need to have people pay for the game. But they're so greedy, they're gonna make people pay for the game and do the VC. Because off of VC, it's a multi-billion-dollar company. I mean, there is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Let me see. Drop them names, Poe. Is David Hay on there? Yup, he sure is. He is my favorite boxer of all time. Let me see. It only sold like that
on Fight Night, not on Undisputed.
What?
David Hayes.
No, he said he told me to drop the names of the boxers that round for round had, and that Steel City had. David Hay definitely supposed to have been on that roster. They might drop him. That'll be a surprise, and people get back in the game just because it's David Hay.
Yo,
they're marketing this trash. They're marketing this trash. You got all.
I'll just go back to Leafy there.
What'd you say?
Yo, if EA was to drop that next gen Fight Night champion, it would and this basically update it, do it legit, it'll run Undisputed out.
You said what? What happened?
If EA was the reboot Fight Night champion, not a total they're bringing back the same PS3 game.
A remaster.
Yeah, remastered. Exactly. If they were to bring a remastered version of it and just update the roster, once that came out, it would put an end to Undisputed. Undisputed would not last.
It definitely would.
It would finish. It would in 1 month. It will be done. That's it for Undisputed. Just because of the quality of Undisputed.
Yeah, and guess what? The content creators will jump on that. They'll leave.
Yeah, for sure.
They will leave.
Yo, do you see that question by Shaolin there?
I wouldn't be, but it wasn't realistic.
You see Shaolin phrase 187?
What are y'all thoughts on Truthbound potential? It has a lot of potential. You know what makes Truthbound has more potential than anything? Not even a game. It's Claimer. His enthusiasm and his passion to make sure that a game is made. He's trying to prove Steel City wrong and prove the industry wrong. So he putting a big weight on his shoulders. That by itself. What you think? That's a big weight you put on your shoulder. I would have just attacked. I would have just attacked what's called. I would have just attacked Steel City, but he like attacked the whole industry basically. So now people look at you like, all right, what you gonna bring to the table?
I'm seeing more like in terms of Truthbound's potential. I don't know why, man. I don't want to put my hopes up too high, but based on what I saw so far, I'm looking more forward to the RPG. I guess like it's almost like an action RPG that he's developing.
Yeah,
that's why I'm kind of feel like it's going in that direction. So in terms of never having a boxing themed RPG like that, maybe I'm looking forward to that. But in terms of the I need to see more videos on the gameplay, because one thing I'll say, I prefer at the moment as an overhand interactive, their punching I like how it looks.
Yeah, I like it too. It's just crazy. Let me see. What's gonna say the PLO said the difference is that the VC made them slow down progression to the single player game to a crawl. That's everybody now. That's like they like pushing for the online. Because online, like far as when it comes to the VC and everything, now I kind of see what you're talking about. But when people just say like it's the game itself, when I be talking about, I'm talking about design and all that. But everybody always
Yo, Yo, you want to hear a good scam, a good VC scam?
What?
And you think the guys at 2K, they're not doing that already? So you build your character. You spend all this money. You don't want to grind because it'll take you more than a year to grind out to make a 99. So you buy your VC, right?
Yeah.
What do you think happens when they have a tuner update to the game?
Would they lose everything?
Well, you don't get to rebuild your guy. It's your guy static now. He has to play now with the tuner updates. So that kind of psychologically, because the tuner update comes out, you need to go buy more VC to build a new character.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to figure out how do I exploit now the game. That'll be that with the new tuner update. So you can imagine the people, the execs down there at 2K, at NBA 2K. You think they don't think about that? Maybe they want to make some. We want to raise some money. Oh, let's come on update.
Yeah.
I'm sure that shit's happening, man.
Yeah. Kanisi said, "Do you think some fighters knocked back SCI because they did not like the game, like Lennox Lewis?" I don't think a lot of box, because that's like one of my main concerns. Boxers don't really say too much. Even with Tommy Morrison's wife, we're friends. She should like actually try to talk, have conversations with me. But realistically, I'm not really a Tommy Duke Morrison fan. I'm being realistic. That's more of what's my man Country Boy. That's his guy. But with a lot of boxers, they not really saying anything. That's why their character's not represented right. They're just happy their name. Listen to what I'm saying. They're happy their name is in the game. They don't even care about the characters.
Yeah, it's just they're endorsing it's just product placement for them, and they make their money.
Yeah.
And that's that's fine too, man. Reality is if you're in those shoes, that's how it is.
Yeah, and I think Lennox Lewis gonna pop up in the game. Don't be shocked if he don't pop up. They might pop him up with Tyson at the same time, because Lennox Lewis not talking grimy about Steel City no more. I think he actually was with Ash. I seen him on a video or something, or somebody in Steel City in a video. I can't remember the video, but I think Lennox Lewis is not. Because he was hoping and begging EA was gonna make another boxing game, but they didn't. I know why Lennox Lewis wanted, because he was like kind of hands-on. He was in the studio. Him and Sugar Ray Leonard and Winky Wright. They were in the studio. I seen a lot of mocap. They was in the studio. Let me see. They should update the mechanics of it too if they do remaster fight. Yeah, they have to.
They can't. They won't be. I don't think they'll be able to. I think
they can, but it'll take too long. Like if I'm talking about if Fight Night do it themselves, because they got it locked, so nobody can do that. But if they remaster it, they could do things to it, but not what's called the Fight Night Forever team. They can't do nothing to the mechanics. All they could do is use DLC. I mean, they could do tuners for the tendencies. And salute, that's my idea. Let me stop. I like the facts that there is a boxing game war coming. Yeah, I've been hoping for this for a long time. I got old videos when I thought we was gonna have, like, because when Showbiz had his video of his game that he pushed me out. Yo, Showbiz was like Will back in the days when what's the name of that game? That Hard Knocks Night Live. The guy contacted both of us. And the thing was, I don't usually look at email. I was so starting to get used to DMs. And he emailed me something. Then when I saw it, it was too late. Showbiz been up there and everything. And he's like, man, I wanted you to come up here. I was going to pay for the ticket and everything. And guess what? If I would have came up there, the game would have been out, because I know more things than what Showbiz does about game development. Showbiz was just a face. Showbiz a talker. He's a good talker. But my thing is, when I'm around boxers are comfortable with me because I box. Many times I went to a boxing show and people recognize me, or I'm saying certain things. Say, "Oh, you box, huh?" Now we having conversations. If Shannon Briggs was fighting, I could get in for free. If Shannon Briggs at an event, I could get in for free. It was one time because we both had dreadlocks. They thought we was brothers, which is the stupidest and kind of racist thing in the world to me. Came in there, they said, "Oh, you related to Shannon Briggs?" I said, "We don't look the same." "You sure? Y'all do look alike." I said, "Yeah, we both got dreadlocks." Let me see. True Bound might never come out. Don't get your hopes
Why
up.
you say that? I'm kind of interested. I haven't heard too many people. Why do you think it might not come out?
I know
Because
why.
some people want to say it's some people want to say it's a scam.
I don't think
I've seen that. I've read that.
Yeah, but I don't think somebody like Claimer would do that because Claimer got too much to lose. He got too.
Well, he has a good reputation, but
yeah,
well, he has a good reputation then, right?
yeah.
But yeah, I'm just kind of curious why.
But you know
Sosa,
what?
why do you think it's not?
But you know what that sound like? Even though they were right, they say that about every game. They were saying that about Undisputed. I mean ESBC. It's not never coming out. My thing was he shouldn't have never said anything. But the thing is, he had to say something because he realized for him to get this game out, he has to have funding. He have to have funding. I think it was up to him. He wouldn't have never said anything because originally he said it wasn't him. I don't know if y'all remember he said that. When we seen the first video, he said, "No, that's not me. That's somebody that sound like me." And I was like, "Nah, that's Claimer uncut."
Yeah, but the thing is, Sosa, you're saying that they stay in limbo for years, but the question is, okay, so here's the question then. When you develop, how long should it take for a game to be released from the beginning announcement? Okay, we're doing something until okay, we're gonna drop the first version 1. Is it like, what do you say, 3 to 4 years? If we're talking about an indie size game?
Yeah, depends on how big your production and your development is. About 3 years, but I know a lot of people hate this. If he used some form of AI in it, he could cut that down half. So
Yep.
I don't know. But we should encourage him because people keep saying that. And when you saying this he literally said what I was just talking about. You talking about round for round, and you talking about what's the Hard Knock Nights. You can't put them in the same boat. For one, everything is about team structure. Like I said, if I was there with that team, even the guy that was doing the development for it, he said, "I wish you had came up here." But with round for round, the developer, the owner, it seemed like he was more scared than anything. I gave him everything that he needed to make a full-fledged game. He had the sponsors. He had the boxers. He had the referees. He had Joe Cortez. It's hard to get Joe Cortez. He had what's called before he died. What's his name? The judge. Let's get it on. He had him. They had a nice little setup, but they got scared. His heart wasn't in it, and I knew it. That's why I left. Too many things I start seeing was going wrong with round for round. I left. I was hoping that I was going to be a part of Steel City, but the developers didn't want me to be there. because they were scared of me for some strange reason. Guess they didn't want the big John Coffee guy in the office or nowhere around him. It's dark in here, boss. I scared. Not me.
Remember, what would you have said the culture was back then? Like in terms of like in terms of releasing like a boxing game, a sports
Yo,
simulator.
I think right then and there, they like it was like the sweet spot right then and there. Because they was coming off of people kept asking EA. So I think that following year or the couple of months after, because they see that boxers like Tiafimo, he was saying it loud, Lennox Lewis, it was a lot of boxers and promoters. It was like a lot of promoters. You don't have promoters talking about Steel City, Undisputed. They're not really talking about it. A couple of boxers, what's his name? Matchroom, I forget his name, but he said that if the game was good, it'd be his game. He wanted high stakes in this game. Yeah, Mills Lane. Yeah, they had Mills Lane. They had a lot of people in there. Even with Steel City, like I was saying, they got a lot of people that they're not putting in the game and y'all don't know nothing about. They signed all those referees for what? They signed, I think, 12 referees. They got one guy, he be on there, he be like blocking. He be trying to like go for defensive measures for Steel City. He's an announcer, but I never seen him in the game. His name is a Spanish guy. He's not even
you know
in the
what?
game.
I just discovered something. I did a search on Undisputed, and I never noticed this before. But you know, when you do a search on something and there's like and then I'll say Google user product review.
Yeah.
This shocked me. It's saying 85% like this video game.
What?
That's bullshit, man. They manipulated it. No fucking way. Impossible, man.
When?
Yeah, man. I'm surprised.
From where?
I'm seeing. Just do a search on Undisputed, and you'll see this, and you'll see on the right hand side, it'll say about this game. I don't know where. I'm trying to see who reviewed it.
Is there a website they like saying that?
That's Google doing Google results.
Yeah, they paid.
They manipulated it. Yeah. Like, you know what I feel it is? It's just like, okay, we have a lot of local restaurants here, right? Yeah. And you'll see all these fake reviews.
Yeah.
You could tell because you'll see people just reviewing. They didn't say one word, or it's just like they just opened their account today, review kind of shit. That has to be. There's no way that got an 85%, man. Yeah. Google, they manipulated it, man. I hope people. This is the first time I'm noticing. I'm calling it out now. I hope people are hearing this and say, "There's no way that's an 85% like this game." Fuck that.
Yo,
no way.
Crazy. That's
no
crazy.
Way.
It reminds me of Glassdoor. You know that Glassdoor site, right? Where like when people give reviews of the atmosphere of the game, of the company and stuff like that, they was talking about that it was a lot of family. They were a lot of family in the business, which is stupid for them to even talk about that. That don't make no sense. You supposed to have family in your business. But they were saying there was so much bias going on, like for certain people. They like had little cliques in the office. They had little groups in the office that stuck together. I said, what the heck going on in that office? First, they wasn't there all the time. Now they got little groups, like little gangs, basically, in the office. That don't make no sense.
I signed into Google just to see if I could see the reviews, and it just says 85%. All you could do is you can hit the thumbs up, or you can hit a thumbs down, and that's it. It registers the vote just like that. That tells me they manipulated it. There's no way. 85% because look, if I go to Steam, let's say we go to Steam Market where they tell you what the game scored. They said everyone said on average 3 out of 5. That means 60% of the people actually like the game. If I go on the PS5, if I go on the PSN store, I think it has a score of about 2.5 out of 5.
What the
right?
heck?
So this is what I'm saying. How so even 2.5. So that, look how low the scores are. How is it possible on Google it got an 85%? That's bullshit.
Yeah, that is. That's
It's a scam.
manipulation.
It's a scam.
It
Big
is.
time.
It is.
At least on Steam, they show you how many people voted. This Google thing here, this whatever they're showing, it doesn't show shit. It's a lie.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo. Let me see. He said because too many companies stay in limbo for years. Yes, like 3 to 5 years. 3 years. If EA was to start making a boxing game right now, it's going to take them 3 years if they're not working on it. And people keep using that they're a massive team. Like I was saying earlier, that means nothing. They got to build a group to work on that game.
If they could bring back the previous development team and do the what do you call it? What do you call it again? They call that the
remastered.
What do you call that edition? The remastered version of it. Yeah, that. Meaning that they're gonna go into the engine and they're gonna put new stuff into it.
Yeah.
That they could get that done in less than 3 years, I think.
Yeah, they can.
If it's them, if it's that team, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But they got a lot of guys there. Believe it or not, they're like Super Arcade. It's one of the guys that I was getting on. Me and him was gonna fight on site. If I'd have saw him, we'd have had a fight on site. I think that might have been one of the reasons that they didn't bring me back up there, because we was gonna fight on site. He made the Facebreaker game. I think he was the head developer on Facebreaker, and I was laughing at him. I said, "You made Facebreaker? You shouldn't even have a say so in Fight Night Champion."
Let me see this.
And
I'm trying to remember this game.
What game?
I'm looking up Facebreaker. I try to remember this game. Oh, it's cartoon. It's cartoon, yeah. Yes. Oh shit!
I said that Joker shouldn't have a voice in it, but he was part of the development team.
And Fight Night?
Yeah, the Fight Night Champion.
So what would he contribute, man? This is our cartoon game.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I said, why is he a part of the team? They need to make a game called Boxing Simulator, where we can download our own boxing games.
Or does he mean boxing character? Does he mean
that name right there is not going to really, because it sounds too generic. Boxing Simulator. It's not going to really grab attention of some people. And like I tell a lot of people, they don't like the name Undisputed, but Undisputed fit boxing.
Oh my god.
That's a debate. Even me and Beast was having a debate with that. And I was saying, because he's looking at it for the ESBC aspect. I mean, the esports aspect. And I was saying they need a boxing name attached to the game. The esports, I don't think it was confusing, because they thought that's what the game actually was, only esports.
Oh man, yo, I'm watching the gameplay for Facebreakers. It's really Tekken. It's Tekken, but they put it in a boxing ring and they want to say it's boxing.
But do you see little things that's a little bit in Fight Night Champion? Little I was like, yo.
I don't know, man. This game it doesn't play. It just plays like a fighting game.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's just they put it in a ring. And it's really 2D too. I don't think you can move around. Actually, you can move around a bit. Nah, that's it.
Yeah.
So what purpose would he? What can he contribute then to, like, if we're going to like a sports sim style boxing? How would he contribute?
They just let him contribute because they know they wasn't really making a a fully sim game. They was making a hybrid version, so he was like adding little things. But Blizzard was going to keep him from making it go fully like arcadey, because they know, because fans, that game didn't sell well at all. I think it's so less than what Undisputed sold, way less than Undisputed. That shows right there that arcade games, they were dying off. Everybody keeps saying, no, we need an arcade game out. Arcade games don't sell. They gotta be, you gotta say they're hybrids. And then what by them being hybrids is literally a little bit of sim and almost a lot arcade. Let me see. PLO said
Yeah.
we must the Fight Night Champion at least the story mode and use those profits to fund a new game. You don't. You said the story mode that ate up the profits for Fight Night Champion. I say this all the time. The developers said it. They said when they worked on that story mode, it took all man's on hands on deck to make that story mode. And they left off a lot of things because the tendency sliders supposed to have been deeper than what they were. Because I gave them at least 50. And most companies like 2K, they got over what they say 300 sliders. So they're not saw. I mean, you don't see them, but there's over 300 sliders to make them basketball players be unique. That's what Steel City don't have, and which what I was trying to tell them. They wouldn't have had no problems right now. They wouldn't have a lot of the problems they got right now that people complaining about, as far as the characters. He said Face Breakers was trash. It was.
Yeah, man. It was that. If we put it into context as like a boxing game, it's trash. It's not a boxing game. You can't just say you're a boxing game because you're in a ring and you got gloves on. It doesn't. It could be literally. It could have been a character. It could have been a boxing. It could have been like you play Street Fighter and you have the boxer. What's his name? Boron.
Yeah.
It's really him teleporting. You could just teleport, like you're teleporting those characters, but now your arena is just a boxing ring. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Fact.
I looked at the film. I just can't think of. I'm just trying to figure out. The only thing I could see that he could contribute, I don't know if it would be the case, is that okay, when you punch somebody in Champions, you have that, and well, in the Fight Night series, you have that the blunt effect where everything goes white. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that you took a damage. Like that's only like that arcade aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because I can't see what he could contribute unless he was coming there as a coder.
I guess that's what he was came in for. But I was getting on that Joker. I was getting on that Joker hard.
So he got mad then.
Yeah, he was mad at
You dissed the game.
Yeah. I said, why y'all hired that Joker to help y'all with the game? He's tall too. He like 6'6". The developer. And I like stuff like that. I like tall people. I'm the giant slayer. Let me see. PLO said, but a remaster would be a lot less cheaper to make, and Fight Night Champion isn't available on PlayStation 4 or 5.
Yo, two things I want. If they did a remastered Fight Night Champion, it has to have two things. It has to be one. They have to upgrade the graphics. You know, they always do. Just add more sprites, where you want to call it, where they layer it. They'll give it the remaster there, so they'll beef it up for today's standard. That's one. But two, I want them to have a parry system in the game.
Yeah.
Actually, what do you think is more important, a parry system or changing the footwork in Fight Night? If you had to choose between the two, for which one has to, and that's all we have the budget for.
Footwork,
eh? Okay.
Yeah. That'll help sell the game too. But what he said with the remaster, I mean Fight Night Champion on PlayStation 4 or 5, But you got to realize, just because it's Fight Night Champion, they got to repay them boxes. Their contracts ran out. So it's not going to be cheap. Then they're going to have to try to put some newer boxers in there, like modern boxers in there. That's not going to be cheap. So it's not a cheap game. That's what developers are saying. They were saying that they weren't worrying about the game itself. They was worried about the boxers. That's what EA always say. It's hard to get the box, even though that's an excuse for EA. It's a massive excuse. Because they keep saying a boxing game is not going to sell without real boxers. Now you say that's crazy. Because you see all these people creating all these boxers that's not in the game. They could fill up a slot of 100 in about a week. So it's not the boxers themselves. That's how EA live and die. They always think that they need them star athletes in their game. And you know what a lot of them boxers were saying when I was trying to get them? They say, y'all not EA. EA sells, I mean, they pay us good. They were saying EA was paying them good. And I said, all we cost you is DLC right now. They said, oh, we gotta wait for y'all, and y'all not really known. He said, but EA was giving them some nice money. Even Tyson, I think they gave Tyson what, 45 million or something like that. That's crazy. I think it was 7. He got to appear in 7 games, something like that. I forget how many games he supposed to appear in. I think that's too much. But he's supposed to appear in a certain amount of games, and that's why they used him in UFC. Because they weren't planning on putting Tyson in the UFC. They weren't planning on putting who else they put in the UFC? Did they have Roy in that one time? But they weren't planning on putting them in the UFC. But since they didn't have another boxing game to put them in, and they already paid them, they put them in the UFC games.
Who? Roy Jones?
They put Tyson and another guy. I forget the other
boxer. Tyson and Ali are in the UFC games.
Yeah. So they paid for them. So their thing is, we gotta use them because we don't want to
because they owe them money then in terms of like how many projects or whatever kind of shit then.
Exactly.
Yo, somebody had said earlier, I can't remember, but they said about they're thinking that the Truthbound game might end up in limbo, you know what I mean? And then we say, okay, it might take about maybe at least 3 years to develop it. But one thing that might be in limbo, we just heard about Truthbound and we actually saw some footage, you know what I mean? The thing with Turkey Al-Sheikh and Dimps, I haven't seen one lick of anything, any media, nothing. And that was announced a while ago, man, when you think about it.
Beginning of the year.
Yeah, man. They haven't produced anything, man. Nothing.
Yo. That's crazy.
Truthbound showed us something at least.
Kanisi said, can you imagine a basketball game without LeBron James? It will not sell. People are more into the athletes, not the sport. I don't know.
I can imagine the game without LeBron.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of games like that, and they sold pretty decently. If 2K today, this how a smart business person do, they won't give y'all a game for a year. And then they come back with a basketball game, and it's just no real stars. Y'all gonna play the game. It's gonna sell well because y'all been starved of a game.
But it also comes down to what when you like, I guess what generation you started watching basketball.
Yeah.
What generation? If you ask me the question where a game without LeBron, but let's just say if we had if you could choose 2 out of 3 people on this list, Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron, and you have to pick 2 that could be in the game, who would you pick? For me, it comes to generation. I'll pick Jordan, Jordan and Kobe, and leave out LeBron, kind of thing, right? So it really comes down to like, I guess who are they selling the game to?
You see, he's real. He said, "Could you imagine a boxing game without Floyd Mayweather?"
We've seen many games without Floyd.
Exactly.
We've seen many games without Floyd, and Floyd did it to himself, man. I don't know what the hell's going on when they try to get him in the game, but we can't get him.
It's not Floyd. It's not Floyd at
It's not
all.
Floyd.
No, I know for a fact. This one,
Or is it's his things in the past kind of thing.
Yeah, because this one thing, when people be saying things, this one thing. Hold up, somebody trying to get in. It's one thing that I could vouch for. Who's that trying to get in? Who this? What's up?
561.
I think I seen that number.
I think it's Papa Noose. Is that the 561?
Pap, is it you? You might have to come in and come back out. You there?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
What's up?
Damn,
What's happening, champs?
No,
I was hearing what y'all was talking about the licensed boxers that they had on Fight Night that they were utilizing UFC like Fury, Joshua, Tyson, and Ali.
Yeah.
They used them for UFC 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, UFC 5 sucked. Like,
you said it sucked? But what are you comparing it to?
What happened?
He said, "What you compare UFC 5 to?"
UFC 5. The recent
or
one
the entire series. The entire series, you're saying?
Oh, the entire series is freaking trash. I liked it better when it was under THQ and Ukes.
Yeah, so I was saying before, my benchmark, my platinum benchmark for an MMA game, is THQ Undisputed 3. To me, that's the benchmark.
UFC Undisputed 3.
Right, that's the benchmark. So so I had played UFC 1, it was garbage. 2 was garbage. 3 was garbage, and that's when I stopped playing UFC. I didn't play UFC 4. I said I'm not dealing with this shit. It's garbage. It's not doing. When UFC 5 came out, UFC 5 came out in 2023. I started playing UFC 5 last month, and based on that, I would say that now I feel that UFC 5 is on par with THQ Undisputed 3, and at certain levels, it's surpassed it now.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
You there, Pap? You good? Or are you on the phone?
Hello.
Pap.
Am I coming in still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I can hear Pap.
Pat, we can hear you. I don't think you can hear us.
Yeah, we can. You can't hear us, I think, or
Pat. Hello.
Probably. Yes.
Pat, you can hear us?
Hello.
Pat, we talking, but we can't. You can't hear us.
Well, he's calling in, so you can't see us either.
Pat.
Hello.
Yep.
Damn.
So he using the phone, so that's what happened, right?
Yeah, he'll come back.
Oh yeah. So what I was saying was, with the Floyd Mayweather situation. Hey Pat, your phone was acting up. Yeah, with the Floyd Mayweather situation, like I tell this story a lot. Floyd, they went to Floyd. Floyd was actually he was supposed to be in round 4. But what happened was the developers were so in love with Pacquiao and other boxers. Floyd signed his contract. I mean, he agreed to what they was giving him. But once he found out that Mike Tyson was getting a nice check, Ali was getting a nice check, and Pacquiao was getting a nice check, and he was getting underpaid. He was the champion at that time. He had every right, but a lot of people would say, why Floyd always worrying about money, but they didn't say anything about Pacquiao or Mike Tyson. Floyd knew his value, but nobody else knew his value or cared. Pacquiao shouldn't have been getting the money he was getting, but they was in love with Pacquiao.
Well, here's the thing now.
Floyd was doing this thing.
That would have been 2012 or 20.
It was it 2012? I don't remember.
No, the reason I ask, let me see, can we talk about Fight Night Champion, right?
No, I think it was Fight Night round. It was Fight Night round 4.
Okay, Fight Night round 4. That's what
we went.
2000.
Yeah, we went.
That's 2006. That was 2006.
Yeah, we was in the studio.
Well, you think? Okay. Because if they were to have that argument in 2012, I'm just trying to remember at what point Manny Pacquiao blew up at one point, right? So what I want to know is at some point, even though Mayweather had the perfect record, at some point, do you think Manny Pacquiao would have been on the ace? He would have been the ace side when they made the fight. At any point, any juncture of their careers.
It's always going to be who can bring the money in, because people always want to see Floyd lose. That's the person that makes the money, the one you want to see lose, not the one you want to see win all the time. The person that you want. When it come in that instance, it's Floyd the money man. Like they'll say, oh, Pacquiao, he bringing the most fans. No, it's a lot of people want to see Floyd lose. That's who bringing the money in. Muhammad Ali. People want to see Muhammad Ali, even though people act like Muhammad Ali. Oh, Muhammad Ali. A lot of people want to see him lose. They say he talked too much. He's the Muslim god.
Who right now would you say is the one we want to see lose?
Jake Paul.
In boxing right now.
Jake Paul. Even though he lost, we want to see him lose again. Even though some casual people, they don't want to see him lose, but I want to see him get stretched. I want that dude.
How many rounds? What you think it'll be fit? 1 round or give him 3 rounds?
I think I can't. The only way he gonna do 3 rounds is if Joshua don't, if Joshua let him go 3 rounds. I can't see him going past 3 rounds with Joshua. People give Jake Paul too much credit. I just give the people that he paid, they helped him with that credit.
But why would he choose Joshua from all people? Because he's never built his career up to get to that level. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I can't understand. I can't see why him from all. It's a shocker to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
and he's fighting him.
It's going to be he's going to use that because Jake Paul is about marketing. He's going to say, see, if he go the whole full rounds and don't get knocked out, he's going to say, see, I was in there with a champion and went all the rounds. Or he going to, just him being in there, he going to just say, look, I was in the ring with a champion. That's everything he do is for marketing. When he said he just did a video, he said, yeah, Anthony Joshua got what's his name? Usyk training with him. And he said, oh, I got the person that beat him. I got Dubois with me. And he wasn't talking about the brother, he's talking about the sister. So everything he does is about marketing, and there's some type of comedy in it. He take everything as a comedy, and Anthony Joshua not smiling.
You know what would have made more money and probably made more sense than fighting Joshua if he had made the fight with Mayweather.
Yeah.
I think Mayweather versus Paul probably pull in more than when he fought Pacquiao.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of people saying we don't need to see no more Pauls fighting Mayweather. Did you see how the brother was fighting him? He was trying to smack. He was throwing smack punches. I'm
Who?
like, what? Jake Paul brother. What's his name? I don't know the Paul.
Oh, what's his name? The wrestler.
The older one.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, Logan Paul. Yeah, he was.
Actually, Mayweather treated him good too, man. I remember when I watched it. Mayweather kind of he took care of him in the fight.
Yeah, eased off.
Like he knew he was over. He had way more skill than him, and he just knew how to make it entertaining and stretch it out.
Yeah. Because he was telling him to cool sometimes. He's like, yo, just say cool. Because he know if he would have went too hard on him, he said he was gonna. I think he probably would have stopped him. And now they looked it real bad. Somebody Mayweather side stopping him, big as he is, because he outweighed Mayweather, I think, at least 30, 40 pounds.
But also too, it was an exhibition fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's an exhibition fight. So that's what I'm saying. That's the main thing too with this Paul versus Joshua. It's an exhibition fight this time.
But technically, Jake Paul got to gain the weight. That right there is a mistake because he had a chance of not, with light being lighter than Joshua. But his thing is he making it a real fight and he gaining weight. He putting weight on. He putting on weight and so-called muscle and stuff. Man, that joker gonna get stretched if it's not rigged.
Let me see if there's any catch weight for it.
No, once he get past the 200, there's no catch weight in heavyweights. Once you get
or
past
some rehydration or rehydration clause. Let's see.
that shouldn't even come into play. It's heavyweights.
But there has to be some kind of trick to this.
No,
Here we go. This is it. I found it. So on ESPN, they mentioned that Joshua looks well on track to reach the 245-pound weight limit for this fight. So they put a weight limit. Yeah, although they're fighting heavyweight, they put a limit within the heavyweight. So 245.
That's crazy.
But here's the thing now. Let's just say Joshua doesn't make that 245. What difference does it make? If not for a title, they're not going to cancel the fight.
Exactly.
They can't cancel the fight. It's like Joshua has him in check already. Just on the weight.
Yo, that's crazy.
And there's no restriction on how much Joshua can add on after the official weigh-in. But he has that 245 for the weigh-in. So I don't know. What's the penalty? They ain't saying.
Yeah. PLO, what you mean by and Jack Johnson? No, and Jack Johnson. What you mean by that?
Financial penalty, that's it. I think that's the most it'll do.
What'd you say?
A financial penalty if he doesn't make the weight.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. I'm shocked as people really, as many people as they think is going to show up, it's going to show up.
For the Joshua fight?
Yeah.
Who's the who do you have it with? Amazon Prime? Or is it with Netflix?
I think it's Netflix.
It's Netflix.
Let me see. Yeah, nobody wants to see Joshua lose. He's still got a big, huge fan base.
But he's only 36.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like no. I don't see him like he's on. Okay, he's not like on the decline like Wilder, for example.
Yeah.
Wilder's on, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Ever since he fought Zilly Zhang, that hurt Wilder, man.
No, I think them two fights with Fury that destroyed his career. He shouldn't.
Three fights. He had 3 fights with that guy, man.
Yeah, 3 fights. Them destroyed.
But
I think it hurt.
And it's the only guy. And it's the first guy. For sure. And he's the first guy ever to knock him down.
Yeah.
Knock him out and knock him
Twice.
out, man. Like, he never,
Twice.
yeah,
He knocked
in
him
his
down
whole
twice.
career.
Yeah. So that
So,
right there, like, yo, that took a lot out of him.
but the contract I know Wilder's on right now, I think it was, I forgot, it was that British guy. I forgot his name, Hearns maybe. But it's like maybe a 3-fight contract, and the whole point is they're trying to set it up so he gets a title shot eventually.
Yeah.
So it's something they're prepping him for that.
Wilder got a Usyk said he gonna fight Wilder. He said, huh?
Usyk will beat him.
Yeah, if he don't get tagged, because I seen good people, they underestimate somebody because Usyk, he's way more talented than Wilder, but that equalizer can touch you, and that's it. Usyk's small. Usyk just real elusive to real big guys. Wilder is a thin frame heavyweight.
Actually, when I think about it now, let me see something here on Wilder fought thing. Let me see. There was a certain weight that Wilder he cannot, like, okay, when Tyson beat him, Tyson went up to 270.
Yeah.
For both of those, for the last 2 fights, and he couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
It really taxed him, right? When he fought Zhang came in at 282.
Yeah.
It taxed him. Like, you can't. So maybe I'm wrong. But Usyk, because Usyk's not going to be that big, Usyk will come down in weight. Yeah. So it'll be different then.
Oh, what's going saying? Like Mayweather and Ali, people wanted to see Jack Johnson lose. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's where the money comes from. People don't realize that's where the money comes from in certain fights. They want to see certain people lose that they don't like.
You think that's the case for Davis? Gervonta Davis?
Yeah, definitely.
People want to see him lose now for sure.
Yeah. A lot of people, they want to see him lose. They wanted to see him when he was attached to Mayweather. They wanted to see him lose because they feel like by him losing, it hurts Mayweather, and that was crazy. It was crazy, but it was good for his pockets. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Dad, we had something else to talk about that I forgot. I be writing scripts and then forget to set them up before the show. Today was a busy day for me.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah, so I think we can end the show. We already got 2 hours in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That 2 hours went by fast. Yeah, so we're about to log off. We're about to stop the show. I'm gonna get better in ending and beginning the show, just beginning. But I'm about to we're about to end the show. Appreciate everybody that came in and supported us. Please like, share, and subscribe. Things will get better the more we do this. I think this is our 88th show. Dang, that's a lot of shows. 88 shows down, and we trying to get past 100 before the year is done. So, salute to everybody that showed up. Appreciate y'all. And to the next show, which is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Peace. AJ, you want to say something?
I'm good, man. Catch you later.
All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.